Welcome. This isElleen's philosophy, a journey beyond science into the profound mysteries of the body, the world, and what it means to be fully human. In this series, we'll explore life from birth to death, expose why imperfection is not just okay, but beautiful, and discover wisdom shared by great minds throughout history. Whether you're seeking meaning, healing, or just new ways to see the world, this is your place. Series Part 5, The Human Body, Aging, Decay, and Death. Aging and death are universal, inevitable, and often feared aspects of the human condition. Science shows these are not accidents, but woven into our biology. Philosophy and spirituality seek to make sense of this reality, finding hope and wisdom in life's limits. The science of aging. Biological mechanisms. Leonard Hayflick discovered the Hayflick limit. Human cells divide only about 50 times before they stop and enter senescence. This sets a natural boundary for our lifespan. Elizabeth Blackburn's Nobel-winning research revealed telomeres, protective caps at the ends of DNA. Each division shortens telomeres until the cell can't divide anymore. Denham-Harman's free radical theory showed how cellular byproducts, reactive oxygen species, gradually damage cells, causing aging symptoms. Physical changes. Skin loses elasticity, hair grays and thins, muscle and bone mass decrease. Organs, heart, kidneys, immune system, lose efficiency and are more vulnerable to disease. The brain shrinks slowly. Memory and cognition often decline with age. Genetic and environmental factors. Genetics strongly influence how fast and healthily we age. Diet, exercise, stress, exposure to toxins all play large roles. No intervention can stop cellular aging, only slow it or manage its symptoms. Why aging must go wrong. Evolutionary perspective. Natural selection does not favor indefinite survival. The goal is reproduction, after which the body's repair systems wind down. Some species, hydra, certain jellyfish, display negligible senescence, but humans do not. Aging is our biological fate. Age-related diseases. Cancer, heart disease, diabetes, dementia become common with age, inevitable risks as repair systems fail. Martha McClintock and others showed how hormonal and immune changes heighten vulnerability. The experience of decay. Physical and psychological impact. Loss of function, pain, dependence on others, and facing mortality challenge. Dignity and mental health. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross mapped the 5 stages of grief, helping millions understand emotional reactions to decline and loss. Social and ethical questions. How do we respect, care for, and include elders? Advances like life extension, caloric restriction, regenerative medicine, raise hope, but also ethical dilemmas about quality versus quantity of life. Death, the essential end. Biological death, defined as irreversible cessation of brain activity, Sam Parnia's research. Heart and lung function. Cellular breakdown accelerates after death. Decomposition and return to nature follows. Why death is necessary. Death allows renewal, prevents stagnation, and makes life precious. The certainty of death shapes all wisdom, traditions, and acts as a call to meaning and compassion. Coping, acceptance, and transcendence. Philosophy and spirituality. Stoics, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius. Counsel accepting death, focusing on living well. Buddhists see impermanence and death as central to liberation. Many cultures commemorate ancestors, honoring the cycle of birth and death. Modern practices. Palliative care, hospice, and compassionate medicine focus on comfort, dignity, and presence at the end of life. Meaning in suffering. Viktor Frankl teaches that even in decline, finding purpose offers hope. Why it's okay, the wisdom of limits. Aging and death cannot be fully controlled, avoided, or reversed. Accepting this truth opens the door to gratitude, humility, and a deeper sense of joy for every moment of life. Caring for ourselves and others, even as we let go, is the highest wisdom both science and spirit can offer. Series Part 6. The Human Body, Flaws, Strengths, and the Genius. The human body, remarkable yet rife with flaws, is shaped by evolution's compromises, natural limitations, and unpredictable variation. Paradoxically, these imperfections are not only unavoidable, they are also sources of resilience, adaptation, creativity, and connection. Evolutionary flaws and why they exist. Design compromises. Human anatomy carries countless mistakes. Back pain. Our upright posture enables walking, but stresses the spine. Wisdom teeth. These were useful for chewing raw plant matter in prehistoric diets. Now they often cause infections as our jaws have become smaller. Blind spot. The optic nerve passes through the retina, creating a literal blind spot in vision, unique to vertebrates. Appendix. Once key for digesting cellulose in plants, now mostly vestigial and sometimes fatal if inflamed. Richard Dawkins, The Blind Watchmaker, and Neil Shubin, Your Inner Fish, explain that natural selection only optimizes for good enough survival, not perfection. Disease and genetic vulnerabilities. Genes carry mutations, some harmful. Sickle cell anemia protects against malaria, but can cause pain and complications. Cancer is common partly because our long cellular lifespans increase mutation risks. Strengths, born of imperfection. Adaptation and resilience. Flaws drive innovation. The immune system learns by error. Exposure to viruses and bacteria shapes its strength. The body repairs injuries with scar tissue, a solution that is durable if not always perfect. Neuroplasticity. The brain reroutes functions after injury. Stroke survivors can relearn to speak or move thanks to neural adaptation. Diversity and evolutionary success. Genetic diversity, made possible by countless imperfections and mutations, ensures the species' ability to adapt to future challenges. Psychological and cultural gains. Imperfection as growth. Carl Rogers and Brené Brown highlight that human flaws create possibilities for empathy, learning, forgiveness, and creativity. Failures and vulnerabilities build community. The need for care, support, and connection turns suffering into social strength. Taboo and acceptance. Cultures teach shame toward flaws, but healing comes from reframing imperfection as ordinary, beautiful, and useful. Medicine, technology, and the persistent limits. Medical progress. Surgery, antibiotics, prosthetics, and regenerative medicine attempt to correct or compensate for flaws. Yet, new problems arise. Antibiotic resistance, metabolic diseases, and mental health epidemic are part of the evolving struggle. Limits to perfection. No technology or therapy has erased vulnerability, suffering, or mortality. The drive to fix every flaw can blind us to the genius of adaptation and the necessity of acceptance, the wisdom of imperfection, resilience and creativity. Mistakes and limits require creative solutions. Science, art, and philosophy all spring from responding to failure and flaw. Acceptance enables maturity and peace. As ancient Japanese philosophy, wabi-sabi, teaches, true beauty is imperfect, impermanent, and incomplete. Why it's okay to be flawed. Imperfection is universal. Denying it is futile and isolating. Caring for ourselves and each other means embracing our limitations, not hiding from them. Every strength, adaptation, and moment of connection among humans exists because of, not in spite of, our flaws. Conclusion. To work with the perfect imperfection of body and mind is to live fully. The greatest achievements, love, invention, wisdom, come from those who face, adapt, and celebrate their flaws, rather than chasing the illusion of perfection. This is not only okay, it's the radiant truth of being human. Series Part 7. The World. Scientific Breakdown, Systems, and Life Cycles. Just as the human body is a complex, imperfect system, the world itself, Earth and the cosmos, can be studied as a living, evolving organism with strengths, weaknesses, and inevitable cycles. Science reveals that the world is full of astonishing order, adaptation, and breakdown with its own laws and mysteries. Origins, birth of the world. Cosmic beginnings. The universe began with the Big Bang. Stephen Hawking, Edwin Hubble, about 13.8 billion years ago, creating matter, energy, and time. Stars, galaxies, planets, and solar systems formed via gravity's organizing force. Earth itself is nearly 4.5 billion years old, shaped by cosmic, geological, and biological processes. Earth systems, interconnected and adaptive. Major Earth systems, geosphere, rock and mineral cycles, plate tectonics, volcanoes, earthquakes. Hydrosphere, oceans, rivers, water cycle, essential for life. Atmosphere, gases shelter and protect living beings, regulate climate. Biosphere, all living organisms, from bacteria to trees to humans. Anthroposphere, human-made systems, cities, technologies, pollution. Gaia. Hypothesis. James Lovelock proposed, Earth behaves like a living organism, self-regulating temperature, chemistry, and life conditions. Critics argue Earth does not feel or consciously self-regulate, but it does display feedbacks and adaptation over millennia. Adaptation and catastrophe. Strengths. Earth cycles carbon, nitrogen, water. Recycle materials. The planet heals through regeneration after fires, floods, or extinctions. Life is incredibly resilient. The fossil record shows repeated recoveries after massive extinctions, e.g. dinosaur extinction, Permian event. Flaws and dangers. Ecological disasters, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, hurricanes, asteroid impacts. Climate change. Human influence now threatens Earth's equilibrium. Feedback loops can accelerate global warming, species loss. Limits of control. Despite human ingenuity, natural disasters, disease, and ecosystem breakdowns are never fully preventable. World aging and decline, planetary and cosmic decay, planets exhaust resources, stars age and die. Hawking, Sagan. The heat death hypothesis, Ludwig Boltzmann. The universe will one day reach maximum entropy, absolute disorder, with little energy for life. Planets exhaust resources, stars age and die. Hawking, Sagan. The heat death hypothesis, Ludwig Boltzmann. The universe will one day reach maximum entropy, absolute disorder, with little energy for life. Death and birth repeat. New stars form from old. Ecosystems evolve. Mass extinctions give rise to new breakthroughs. Impermanence is a law, echoed from cosmic scales to every ecosystem. Scientific and philosophical insights. Microcosm, macrocosm. Plato and Paracelsus taught that the world is a macro body, with organs and systems echoing our own, each with weaknesses, strengths, and destinies. Modern ecology and systems theory confirm interconnectedness is real, and no system, human or planetary, can be perfect. Limits, order, and chaos. Order, life, cycles, always arises within and against chaos, disaster, decay. The search for complete control leads only to deeper appreciation of limits and the necessity of adaptation. Why it's okay, caring for a flawed world. The world's imperfection is reason for awe, humility, and stewardship, not despair. True mastery is not domination, but care, adaptation, and letting go when the outcome can't be changed. Cosmic and ecological imperfection teach us resilience, hope, and the sacredness of every moment. Conclusion. The world, like the human body, is an evolving tapestry of strengths, limits, failures, and renewal. Its imperfection is not tragic, but creative, fueling beauty, change, and mystery from the universe's birth to its unknown final fate. Thank you for watching and sharing this journey. Remember, Your flaws, your questions, even your fears, they are the roots of real wisdom, not obstacles. The world's imperfection is reason for awe, humility, and stewardship, not despair. If this philosophy inspired you, please like, subscribe, and share in the comments. What imperfection have you come to accept, and what does it mean for your life? Your story could help someone else, and we're all in this together. See you in the next episode ofElleen's Philosophy.